Hello, everybody. Good evening. I am in this kitchen preparing some boneless chicken breast, boneless, skinless chicken breast. I've cut them up, probably about 6 fillets. I've cut them up into chicken strip size, and it's probably about 30 of them, if I had to guess. Um, Maybe a little more. But I'm seasoning them up with some garlic powder and some black cherry chipotle by Kinder's. And I'm going to be dipping them into this spicy chicken mix. And I'm going to put into this zip bag. And I'm going to fry them up. And I'm going to have some mashed potatoes and asparagus to go with it. So let me get my potatoes prepared here and get those on the stove, and then I'm going to start frying up this chicken. So give me a minute to get my potatoes prepared. Okay, I cut up a few potatoes, probably about 6 of them, and they're back here boiling. And then once I get those potatoes done and mash them up, sorry about the washing machine. My twins are washing clothes. Ugh. So once I get those mashed up, I'm going to add in 2 different flavors of these Idahoan potato flakes, mashed potato flakes, and I do that because of this adds flavor. These add flavor without me having to do a lot of extra work to get some flavor in there. I like to do that packet, and it stiffens my real potatoes up to a good smooth consistency, but thick like a mashed potato should be. So that's my method for when I make mashed potatoes. Alright, so my grease is getting hot over here, and I will be ready to drop some chicken in just a few. Okay, so I made up this paste. Let's see if I can get the camera down here to where you can see this. Okay, so I made up this paste. It is just flour and water. I don't put any egg in it, and it's fairly loose. Let's see. It's fairly kind of runny consistency, kind of like pancake batter. So I dip my chicken into that and coat it so that it will grab a hold of the flour really good. So my oil is hot over here. Okay, so then I go into the flour mix with it, or this is chicken batter, seasoned chicken batter, not flour. And if you want to double dip it, you can, but usually that's enough for me. So you see that good coating on there? So usually that's good enough for me, just that coating right there. So let me readjust my camera here. Okay. So I'm going to start putting this chicken into my oil. And I did season my chicken. Y'all missed that part. I didn't film that part. I just thought about that. have to turn that washing machine off. I don't know. I hope it's not ruining the audio. So I had to mix my batters up because, and I use a plain non-spicy batter, and then I used a spicy batter because that spicy one had a little kick to it. As soon as I opened the bag, that started making me want to sneeze. Okay, so I got my little pan ready for when I take my chicken out of the hot oil. And if you want it extra crispy, you can, once you take it out and let it cool down just a little bit, you can put it back in that hot oil and let it crisp up some more. But I think this is going to be fine for me. Nice and golden brown. And it's smelling good. Okay. I'm gonna make up some more. After I get that batch out, I'm going to cut and fry up as much of this as I'm going to fry today. And then I'll come back and show you the other part, but I'm not going to spend a lot of time filming just the chicken frying or the chicken fingers frying. But this is how I like my chicken fingers. Nice and good piece of meat. These things they're doing in these restaurants these days, fast food anyway, I don't know what they call them. They're so teeny tiny. They don't do nothing but aggravate me paying that much money for such a small little strip of chicken. That's about ridiculous. to flip them a couple of times to make sure they get good and crispy. If I can handle this while it's hot. Yes. I'll put me another glove on. Had to take that one off to demonstrate. Okay. Show that to y'all. Okay. Next batch going in. Okay, and when I come back, I should have all of the chicken fried up that I'm gonna be cooking tonight. I don't know that I'm gonna cook all 30 pieces tonight. Probably, maybe 20. Who knows? Anyway, I'll be back. Okay, I got one more. Excuse me. One more batch to go after this one. Probably about 4 more pieces over here, and so I'm almost there. Almost have a full platter. And I've been taste testing on this one. It is good. That's my potatoes out. I do think they are soft enough now to mash. Yeah. I think we're good on that. Now that tender seasoning on that chicken, it never disappoints. Especially that cherry chipotle. It never disappoints. Okay, I got one little piece in there that was a little bit undercooked, so I'm going to give that 1 or 2 more minutes, and so I will come back with my last batch of chicken in the hot oil, and start mashing my potatoes. And then I'm going to use this pan. I'm bringing this over here because it's hotter over there on that side, and I don't want my chicken to burn. I'm going to use this pan to prepare my asparagus. Okay, last batch going in. Can't believe I made it all the way with that grease, that pan of oil, and didn't have to change it. Okay. Now, take that glove off. Turn it down just a hint so it won't burn. Turn that down. Okay, so this is some carnation milk that I had left over the other night. I'm going to use it in my mashed potatoes. Sometimes I use real milk, sometimes I use carnation, and sometimes I use a combination of both. And sometimes I use some of the water. So it just depends. Could have left that one open. But okay, let's see. Okay, I'm going to drain some of this water off. I had a little salt in that water. And that chicken down just a little bit more. It's fine, it's that. Okay, those potatoes mashed up good and easy. I'm going to turn that heat way down under the potatoes. Start with this pack because it's loaded baked potato, and I like that the best. So just pour it in there on top of your potato. A little bit of milk. And a little bit of the water that I drained and kept off of the potato. I'm going to turn that heat off in a bit. Okay, so that's some of my water from the potato. And because this is carnation milk, you're supposed to add water to it anyway, so. And I may still end up using some real milk as well. More than likely. And so These are butter and herb. Rest of that milk. A little bit of the water. And rather than leave all of that water in there in the beginning and just mash potatoes up and put the packets in there, I wanted to be on the safe side. And I really just add it back in as I need it. Okay, so now if you like yours super thick, you're ready. If you like them a little bit more on the creamy side, then add some more milk. Now I'm going to add my regular vitamin D milk, or in this household, 2%. Like that. Cook up a little bit more. But, ooh, now I got a full platter. Golden fried chicken fingers. Yes. I'm going to put a little bit of milk in my jar. Instead of messing up a measuring cup. So, not that much. So I'm still going to add it in a little bit at a time. I don't want it to be runny mashed potatoes. Okay, last little bit of milk. I'm just going to turn that back eye off. What I'm going to do is put them back on there. I'm going to put some butter in this and put them back on that heat, but with the stove eye off. So that was probably got 2 tablespoons of butter right there. So the rest of my chicken is seasoned, and I'm just going to put it in the fridge, and we will cook that as we want a snack or something tomorrow. Twins will probably cook it for breakfast, knowing them, and if there's mashed potatoes left, they'll eat mashed potatoes and the rest of those chicken fingers in the morning for breakfast. But there's that. Now if I have some cheese, I will put some cheese on top of that, or just mix some cheese in. I dropped some. Okay. Okay. So for me to use this pan, I'm going to have to get it cleaned up. Back on. So I may not use it. Let me see. Whoop. Okay, well, let me find the pan and I'll be right back. Okay, I just remembered about this chicken gravy to go with these mashed potatoes, so I'm not going to put cheese on them. I'm going to open this up and put it on the back eye. and heat it up. And it really doesn't need anything because it's the right flavor already. I use that chicken gravy quite often. But, okay, so I'm going to start this asparagus off with a little bit of butter in the pan. And then I'm going to put a little bit of water to steam it. So let me get my asparagus cut up, washed and cut up. And I'll be back to show you that. And then we are ready to eat. Okay, so you have to cut at least about 2 inches of the bottom of the asparagus off. I'll leave that band on there because it makes it easier. I washed that asparagus off, so I'm going to dry it a little bit. Just a tad. It really doesn't matter because I'm going to be putting some water in here to steam it up and get it good and soft. So, about a teaspoon of butter should do it. Okay. Turn my gravy up a little bit. Okay. Well, turn the gravy back down. Okay. After I get my asparagus in the pan, I will put a little bit of garlic powder and some salt. And I make my asparagus a couple of different ways depending on what I'm having with it. When I'm having it with salmon, I'll put a little bit of squeeze of lemon in there. Just dip it. And it's garlic powder, so there's no salt in there. That's why I was using so much of that. And I have to use the salt separate. Saute them and get them good and buttery first. And that is salted butter, so you don't want to over salt with the salt because that salted butter will add, it will add some salt to it. Good. Okay, let me turn that gravy off. About 1/4 of a cup of water. You can turn that up if you want to and steam that up. Put a lid on it. And I give that probably 2 or 3 minutes just to soften up a little bit. And it's ready. Okay, I'm gonna come back and show you what it all looks like on the plate. Okay, guys, here it is. Mashed potatoes with gravy, asparagus, and these golden, crispy chicken fingers. There it is. Okay, guys, go to the store, get you all of this that you need for your recipe, and get cooking. See you next time. Bye.